I be speedy because I have an important event that I have to be at in 3 hours ago. Turn my straightener on. Like, I think we have time for a full face of glam. What do you guys think?
Come with me to go grocery shopping.
Come with me to the gynecologist.
I had to have eye patches. The under eye bags were so bad today, and so I've had these on for about 4 hours.
Straight to jail.
Okay guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So I feel like ever since all that discourse around out of touch influencers really picked up last year, people have gotten a lot more vocal about how they feel when it comes to influencers. There's this growing frustration with the same cookie cutter, completely disconnected, unrelatable content just flooding social media. So I've been wanting to dive into this a little bit more, but I wasn't really sure where to start. Then I kept seeing the same thing pop up over and over again on my TikTok, and it was people talking about their influencer icks.
Can I just be a hater for a hot sec? Because I just want to vent about some things that these influencers on TikTok do that just irk me beyond belief. Let's get into it. I might be the only one that gets really bothered by this, and I typically see this a lot in get ready with me videos, but when people aggressively open and close objects, instead of just like normally opening the top, they will like either spin the top off so it falls on the table, which is not realistic. Nobody opens anything like that. And to go along with that, a lot of times when people do this, they also do another little pet peeve of mine, which is not cutting out the clip of them going back to stop the video. And they usually do it after they slam something closed, and they're just like,
And it's kind of funny because at this point, it really does feel like once you've seen one influencer, you've seen them all. The same voices, the same mannerisms, the same types of video on repeat. And clearly, people are starting to get fed up with it. So I thought today we could do something a little bit lighter, a little bit funny even, and go through some of the biggest influencer icks that some people have. Some of these videos are so funny if you've seen any of them. And then after all of that, we can talk about what the audience really seems to be wanting right now, which I think at the end of the day is just a little bit of authenticity. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's get into the video. Okay, so back in, I believe, December, I did a video covering Jaclyn Hill and her post that she put on TikTok, basically venting about how her views are low and she just had no idea why. That was until everyone in her comment section told her the exact reason. She's no longer relatable. She grew her following early on by being almost like a girl next door type, somebody that you be friends with. She actually had a skill. She would show you how to do your makeup, oftentimes on a budget. But somewhere along the way, she lost touch with her audience. She hit a level of success where she believed she no longer needed to be relatable. She no longer needed to be providing any type of substance or useful content for her audience. She, like so many other influencers, believed that her audience would follow her anywhere. But that just wasn't the case. It turns out the audience actually does want something with a little bit of substance to it. They want some originality. They want something that also feels just a little bit relatable. Not even 100%, but when you start out with posting affordable dupes and then go on to only post luxury haul after luxury haul, yeah, people get tired of that eventually. And another thing that people are starting to get sick of is influencer mannerisms. It's like they're all completely different people, but yet somehow doing the same exact things. The same gestures, the same tone, the same little habits, even down to how they look, what they wear, what their homes look like, and the life-changing products that they all swear by. It's all starting to feel identical. And I feel like all of those things that I just mentioned could be individual videos that we could talk about. But for today's video, we're just going to be talking about people's influencer icks. So,
Do you want to know a trend I don't understand? I call it the influencer screaming hand. Let me elaborate. They'll start their videos like this. Or like, "Ah! Why are we yelling? Why are you yelling at me? You're showing me a lip balm. I just can't get behind this. I don't know who started it, but I feel like we should end it."
yeah, absolutely. I've seen it so many times. Who did start that? And why? It's so over the top, as most things are when it comes to influencers. But this one, we've definitely seen it a lot. Again, when in your real life, your day to day, have you ever done this? Have you ever had this type of reaction to anything? Likely not. And that's because it's not a normal human reaction. Yet in influencer world, apparently every single thing from a chapstick to a french fry deserves a full performance. The gasp, the pause, the basically, like, whatever they're talking about changed the entire trajectory of their life. Okay, and next let's watch this video. She has a lot of good influencer icks. Again, they all do. But let's talk about the first one because again, this is one that every morning routine has to start with.
The four most annoying things people do on this app. Number one. I just woke up. No, you didn't. You had to wake up to set up your phone and then get back in bed to then start filming. You did not just wake up. Stop it.
Exactly. It's like they're trying so hard to make it feel normal and relatable. Like they just naturally woke up and hit record, when in reality, they had to wake up, grab the camera, set up the tripod, frame the shot, and then get back into bed and film themselves waking up. And I don't know about you, but the first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is not sitting straight up, doing this stretch as if I'm in some early 2000s romantic comedy, ideally starring Matthew McConaughey, circa 2003. Yes, I did just recently watch How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, but that's not my morning. I wake up and I'm like, what? What? I'm like barely opening my eyes. I'm not just like, alarm goes off. Oh my goodness. And yet somehow they all do this. Every single one of them do this. And they've been doing this, I think, long before TikTok. If you've watched any of the lifestyle influencer routines back in 2014, where everything was super saturated, all the videos were really colorful and saturated, oversaturated, they all did this too. So this has been going on long before TikTok. But let's get back to this video because she has a few more that are good.
Number two. Tap, immediate scroll. Immediate scroll. You are not an ASMR channel, and even if you were, this is not soothing. Number three. Oh my god, you guys, run. Do not walk. Run to go get this. This is the greatest hair clip. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? I'm obsessed. My TikTok shop link is here. It's gonna run out fast. Get it. There's no product in the world worth running to go get.
This is not
Absolutely
gonna
not.
last. Like run,
And number
don't
four.
walk.
Oh my
They
god,
all
I'm
do
nervous.
that.
Oh, I'm scared to try this. Wait, that's actually so good. Oh my god, this is amazing. And it's literally a latte or granola bar. You are not scared to try a drink or a food. Stop it.
Yes, that last one, the trying the drinks or the food. It's basically another over the top reaction that is not something somebody would do in real life, yet they all do it when they're trying anything. Because again, in reality, the average person, even that influencer themselves who does that, if they were not recording themselves, they would just take a bite of a french fry. I don't know why I'm stuck on french fries today. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, but that's, yeah. They would just take a bite of the french fry and be like, it's good. Or, yeah, yum. Something normal. The second that camera is on, it turns into, again, a full performance. Suddenly it's dramatic, it's over exaggerated, borderline life changing. And it's like, why? Why are we doing this? It's because a casual, normal, everyday reaction, it's not enough. It's not exciting enough to cut it on TikTok. So, in order to appease the algorithm, everything has to be bigger, louder, over the top. And even though people are getting sick of these over the top reactions to everything, they don't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. And there's actually a bigger reason for that that we're going to get into later in the video.
Straight to jail.
Prison. Okay, guys, we're going to do a little kitchen tour, but first, I really want to start off by showing you. Put your hand down, little Steve. Just show us the view. We don't need your fake reaction. You already saw it one time. You turned around, decided to film, pretend to be surprised. Just film the thing. You probably can't do that from jail, can you?
Yes to all of that. That last one, straight to jail. I agree. It's very, very rage inducing for me, that last one, especially. I've never once thought to film myself reacting to something instead of just filming the actual thing. For example, if I see something really cool, like a sunset, I love sunsets, and I take pictures of them often, and sometimes I send them to people. But I never, ever would record myself first. I just take the picture or video of the sunset, I send it, and that's it. That's it. Nobody in my life is asking for a dramatic cut to my face, gasping and clutching my chest over it. And honestly, they would probably be a little bit concerned if I sent them a video of me doing that because it's not authentic to who I am. I would never do that. And that kind of, brings up the point of this all. None of this feels authentic. It's a performance, just like a lot of these influencer reactions. When the camera's off, they're probably reacting the same way that the rest of us do. Normal. Okay, so this next one I've been seeing a lot more of lately, and it's influencers wearing the under eye patches for extended periods of time. I don't mean that, they wake up in the morning, put on their eye patches, do their skincare, take them off. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that put them on while they're running errands, they're at their Pilates classes, basically wearing them for hours at a time like it's a part of their outfit.
What needs to be spoken about more is the performative under eye patches that women wear in workouts. Ladies, there's no reason for that. It's giving the performative of the pimple patches. It's something I can never get behind. You're supposed to keep them on for 15 to 20 minutes. Put them on, take them off, and then leave your house. You don't need them on for your whole hour workout. Like, I promise you'll be okay.
And I saw that the woman who posted this got some pushback. People being like, who cares? Not everything is performative. And I think that what they're missing is that she's probably not talking about the average person who just likes using gel eye patches. She really is talking about the performative version of it that influencers do. Because there is a difference between using something that you actually enjoy using, you enjoy the benefits of it, and only putting them on because it's almost becomes part of this influencer uniform. And I think more people are starting to catch on to this with influencers. Like with Avery Woods, she basically always has them on, and I swear the box says to only wear them for 15 minutes, yet she's wearing them in her Pilates classes, going to Trader Joe's. Why? It kind of does seem silly, and it does seem performative. I get what that girl is saying in that video. And I will say, yeah, it's not like these are harming anybody. It doesn't really matter if somebody wants to wear eye patches for 3 hours at a time. But it is yet another example of how everything starts to just sort of blend together with a lot of influencers. Everyone doing the same thing at the same time in the same way. And at a certain point, it stops feeling like a genuine habit and starts feeling like a trend that they are all participating in. Like, why was nobody doing this before? I know that under eye patches they've been around for a long time, but up until recently, nobody was just wearing them to Pilates class, to the grocery store. But then suddenly, we don't know who, but one influencer started doing it, and then they all started doing it. It's like when it comes to influencers, once something becomes a part of the content, everyone just falls in line. No questions asked. Okay, so you remember how I was talking about how all influencers sort of sound the same? Well, there's actually a reason for it. And as if we needed another reason to be skeptical of TikTok, yeah, it's the algorithm. It's the algorithm doing it slowly but surely. But watch this video. It's really, really interesting. And it kind of just talks about how the TikTok algorithm specifically rewired how people speak on the app.
Turns out we all sound the same now. Not in a coincidence way, more like the algorithm literally rewired our brains this way. It's a cadence that took over the internet and nobody's really clocking that it's happening. The slightly breathless ends every sentence like it's a question voice. Actually not your voice. Linguistics are calling it the TikTok lilt. Global dialect that didn't exist 5 years ago, designed not for humans to connect with each other, but for servers to process content. Auto captions parse it cleaner, retention stays higher. The machine likes it. So your brain just pretty much learned to do it, which is not alarming at all. Here's the psychology of what actually happened. We've always code switched differently at work than you do at home or with your friends. That's normal, but this is very different. This is your actual voice, accent, your pacing, or vocabulary that is being quietly optimized to satisfy a recommendation engine. So in a way, the algorithm isn't just changing what you say, but it's actually changing how your mouth moves by saying it.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting because it kind of brings back the bigger question of like, who is this all for? Because when people say influencers are becoming more and more unrelatable, yes, a lot of that does come from the obvious things like the over the top spending, the constant hauls, the luxury trips. But I also think part of it is this weird sameness. They all kind of look the same, they sound the same, and even feel a bit robotic at times. And it does make sense if you think about it. If they're all speaking the same, the tone, their pacing, everything to perform better for the algorithm, whether they realize that or not, that's what they're doing, then of course it's going to feel off to the viewer, to the real person watching the video. Because at that point, again, whether they realize it or not, they're not creating videos for the viewer. They are creating videos for the algorithm, and people are starting to catch on to that. And the bigger question to all of that is, how does this change? Because it really does feel like now more than ever, people are craving something real on social media. They don't want every video to feel over the top or like one long sales pitch. That kind of content is really starting to wear people out. But the problem is, if all of this or a lot of it traces back to the algorithm, and TikTok and honestly social media in general isn't rewarding that slower, more genuine content, then is anything actually going to change? Or are we going to continue getting more of the same content because that's what performs?
Because the reason that a lot of wannabe influencers' videos all look like carbon copies of each other is because those videos usually do well. They usually do better than your original content. Being original online is hard, and I would even go as far to say that it's nearly impossible. What makes this even harder is I feel like whenever I do post like original content, stuff that I don't usually see on my For You page, it does horribly. Like yesterday, I posted 2 videos that like are original that I don't really see on my For You page. Boom, 200 views. Like, that's just what happens.
Because even if we circle back to where a lot of this conversation started at the end of last year with Jaclyn Hill, I think if we're being honest, if she got on TikTok today with no crazy lighting, no exaggerated influencer voice or mannerisms, no fast cuts or edits, and just filmed an old school YouTube style video like she used to do over a decade ago, it probably wouldn't perform that well. Maybe it would perform well on YouTube, but it wouldn't on TikTok. And that's kind of the issue. TikTok is where so many influencers are and where they're trying to grow. And part of growing on there seems to mean following the trends, playing into the algorithm, adopting the same style, even while viewers are openly saying they're over it. So it starts to feel like a weird cycle. Influencers make what performs, the algorithm pushes it, more influencers copy it, and the audience just keeps getting more of the same, even if they don't actually want it anymore. I don't know, it kind of does feel like one vicious loop. And I feel like TikTok, more than any other platform, really seems to have shaped how influencers act and just the type of content that they feel like they have to make in order to keep up. The more everything is optimized and polished and made to perform well, the less it actually feels something that we can connect to. And again, that's where the problem is. Again, people want the authenticity. That's what they're saying, but authenticity doesn't always perform well. So influencers are kind of stuck between choosing the authentic videos or videos and the way they're acting that they know that the algorithm is going to push. So it kind of leaves us in this in between, I guess. So I kind of think what we're going to see happening next, over time at least, is that authenticity itself will become a trend. Like, instead of people being more real, we're going to start seeing a more curated version of realness. Messier routines, less makeup, more off the cuff talking, but still very, very much calculated. And then we're going to kind of be back in the same cycle, just repackaged in a different way. Because at the end of the day, many of them are full-time influencers. Their livelihood, it depends on them doing well. So if that means a couple pillows out of place on a bed, a few FaceTime style videos talking about motherhood or cooking or something, maybe some come with me videos to dissolve my filler because Botox and filler suddenly become not so trendy. Then they'll do it. They'll do what it takes to keep up. And once one or two start doing the authentic trend, they're all going to start doing it, like the eye patches. And don't get me wrong, even the icks, the mannerisms, the way they speak, it doesn't mean that there isn't still a problem with so many of them being out of touch. The luxury hauls, complaining about being tired from their constant trips, many of them paid for, their busy days that consist of just a nail appointment and a Pilates class. Yeah, that's still a massive, massive problem. Big reason why so many people are fed up with them. But I do think that influencers are starting to pick up on it and they're going to continue picking up on it. And that's why I think an authenticity trend, which sounds silly, but I do think that's what's going to be coming next. But with all of that being said, let me know what your biggest influencer icks are. I do want to do some more out of touch influencer videos. There are some crazy routines that all influencers seem to be doing, and it's really something to watch, and I want to do a video about that. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you like today's video. Make sure you're subscribed as always. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.